Hey everyone, how's it going? This is King of the Golden State here, just chiming in on this Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside, so I figure I'd do a quick video, get some fresh air, and come back in and watch some television. But I also might be watching certain films. Stuff. My Amazon order came in today, and I got a bunch of I guess you guys, some people will probably say, that's actually a matter of perspective. That these films I'm gonna show you guys in a moment are terrible or cheesy, but it's my kind of cheese. So, like I said, it's a matter of perspective if you think about it. And I don't remember where I saw it, but I know there was something that made me want to pick these up, and I totally forgot. It must have been like a commercial or something posted on the internet somewhere, like YouTube. So I decided to pick up a couple of cheesy 90s films to watch later on, either tonight or during the week or whenever I feel like it, or just throw them in the collection. So I will show you the first one that I picked up. The Shadow. Gotta love this film. I mean, this is one of those films, it's not like, it's not Batman, and it's not, one of these four-star films, but, in your own mind, it could be your own favorite cheesy four-star film. But with Alec Baldwin, he plays the Shadow, and I actually, liked this film. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but I mean, you look at the film, and you think, man, Alec Baldwin could have played Bruce Wayne. Probably not Batman, but his character, Lamont Cranston, as the Shadow, he easily could have been Bruce Wayne. And they also had a couple of parts in this movie where the Jedi mind trick came in, which was kind of crazy. You're like, oh, he must have ran into like Obi-Wan Kenobi or somebody. But all around, still a fun film to watch, and if you're getting around to it, check it out on like Google Play, or I think they might have it, or Amazon. I don't think Netflix has it, and that's probably why I picked this up anyway. Also, one other thing, going back, key scene for this was the first, the opening scene. That's where it's like on the bridge. After that, I won't go any further to spoil it if you haven't seen it. Check it out. All right. Also, I picked this up. Now, this is some cheese, some straight cheese, but it's still fun cheese. And it's Billy Zane as the Phantom. A lot of these movies came out in the 90s, and, they weren't Marvel or DC, stuff, but a lot of, I would say back in the 90s, Dark Horse ruled, like, the film industry, because they had a lot of properties. This unfortunately wasn't one of them, but this was still entertaining nonetheless. And it's it's not exactly based off a comic book. It's based off a comic strip from back in the I believe 30s or 40s. But this was actually a fun film to watch, especially when it had Catherine Zeta-Jones as one of the bad guys, who, going back to the whole idea of like should have been, could have beens, Catherine Zeta-Jones back then easily could have been Wonder Woman. And talk about the biggest swing and miss in Hollywood, in my opinion, of casting somebody with her charisma and and her looks to be easily Wonder Woman. I mean, I like Gal Gadot and Batman vs Superman, and that was one of the best things about the movie. But yeah, I mean, it was already past that point of casting, Catherine Zeta-Jones as Wonder Woman, but she could have, back in the 90s, pulled that character off with very, very much ease. Key scene in this, which was a good one, was let me see. I guess you could say it was the Phantom's girlfriend, Christy Swanson, caught on a ship, and and she's being watched over by Catherine Zeta-Jones, and the Phantom falls right in and just rescues Christy Swanson. Really cool scene. But like I said, that's definitely another film to check out. If you haven't seen it. I mean, I looked at other versions of the Phantom. Right now, this is probably the best version, and that's not saying much, but it's still entertaining. Also got this one in the mail. The Rocketeer. For people who haven't seen The Rocketeer, pick it up. It's a great Disney film, pretty much about a guy, mechanic, him and his co-working mechanic friend, Alan Arkin, finds a jetpack in the plane, and the jetpack is what makes the Rocketeer possible. And the Nazis are looking for it, and it's got Jennifer Connelly, and it's also got Billy Campbell. But it also got poor man's James Bond, aka Timothy Dalton. And it's a fun film. I mean, that's one of those films that, like, if I'm glad I have this one on Blu-ray because I'm sure it looks better on the television on Blu-ray than just on DVD or VHS. Although I wouldn't mind finding a VCR and finding old tapes and watching them then. But that's a whole different subject. But check out the Rocketeer. Rocketeer is a fun one when it comes to like Disney films, like live action Disney films. It doesn't get much love as it used to back then. I don't know why, but yeah, pick it up. Key scene, I would say, would probably be the when the Rocketeer is introduced onto the airfield and is actually trying to, I believe he's rescuing like a crashing plane. I can't exactly remember it, but I believe that's how it went. But check it out. Big gopher. And I got one more, guys, for you. Now, this one is a Sam Raimi film, an early Sam Raimi film, which had early Liam Neeson in it. Post Next of Kin film. So, The Dark Man. Dark Man was one of those films where it should just stood alone and not have like several sequels that didn't have Liam Neeson in it, because Liam Neeson, knocked this one out the park, and this is like early in his career, and he really didn't do anything later until like Schindler's List. And Darkman it's a fun film. It's basically about a scientist who's in a way getting evicted by bad guys, and he says no basically to these guys, and they beat him up, throw him all over the place, and blow up his lab. He's got all his I guess you could say his cosmetic equipment, because Darkman is really about a guy who just wears different masks of people, and kind of eerie and kind of cool at the same time. But it's a really good movie. As far as the sequels, don't even bother. If you've never seen Darkman, just watch the first Darkman and ignore the 2, 3, and 4 and what have you. It's like sometimes I never understand when they make a movie and they try to make sequels, to that movie, and it turns out terrible. I know they're trying to make money, but sometimes you need to keep your gun in a holster. Just keep your gun in your holster and just like, what? Maybe it's just not meant to be. So, but check out Darkman if you haven't. Key scene for this, and it's just like, it just talks about his sanity. Really, it's just the carnival scene. Enough said. The carnival scene was enough for me to say, my God, the guy's off his rocker. But anyway, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to, drop in, show you, a couple of films, that came out in the 90s weren't really Marvel or DC films. They were basically, some of those films that, filled that superhero void back in the 90s, whether they were cheesy or not, or, they were still fun to watch, So if you ever get a chance to see them, if you haven't seen them, go ahead. Give it a shot. Yeah, if you guys like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me some of your favorite films. I'm sure I'm missing some, but this is just, a few of them. But yeah, like I said, give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. All right. Peace.